Let's fight. Welcome in the ring to each and every one of you. Let's fight, folks. Great to have you guys on the live tonight. Pace and power, boots on the ground. We're happy that you guys are joining us. Rock and come in. Wherever you're joining us from tonight, folks, share that live for us. Smash that emoji button as well. Pace, pace. Slippers on the ground, folks. We ain't backing down. A very good evening to all of you, wherever you're joining us from tonight, guys. We're happy that you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Holding for some of you to come on. Holding, folks, with a holding pattern. Tremendously happy that you guys are here with us. We're in a holding pattern, folks. We're holding. Happy that you folks are here. Pearson Power, Magnet Barrow, we see you there. Gladys Prasad, we see you there as well. Joan Robertson, we see you too. We see you, Lyndon Gill. Anetta Tyndall, good to have you. Good to have you. Camille Cox is here. Camille, I hope your night is better than the morning started. Great to have you here, Camille. Happy to be here with each and every one of you folks. Welcome in the ring wherever you're joining us from. You all know when we start, folks. We're going to fight card set. It's pace and power. Boots on the ground. The fight card set. It's set. How are you folks doing, folks? Welcome in the ring to each and every one of you. Oh yes. Great to have you folks here with us. How y'all doing, good folks? How are you doing? We are so happy that you guys are here with us. They're trying with us tonight again. Great to have each and every one of you in the ring with us, good folks. In the ring with us. It's pace and power. I don't know what's happening this evening. We're happy to have each and every one of you here. Rock and come in, folks. We got to fight carrot set. I ain't touching anything else. Good to have you, Marcia Jackman. Angela Jordan is here. Mario Bella, Leon Logan, Cheryl Haywood, Zoanne. Good to have you, Zoanne Stewart. Good to have you, Zoanne, and Sherlyn Juice Tendry. Let us make myself comfortable. I can be here a little bit. Lyndon Jacobs, good to have you here. Tessa Ann, Tessa I, good to have you. This Rasta Tessa. Tessa I Tessa. Kim Walker, Roxanne Odessa Jacobs, good to have you on the live as well, folks. We have to have a monitor that we can just look at the names. I have to be looking down. I want to see you guys in the eye. I want to see you folks up close and personal. Good to have each and every one of you folks. We got the fight card set. It's set. It looking a little strange, but good to have each and every one of you on the live, folks. It's set. Great to have you folks with us. It's a good thing we know. It's a good thing we know a couple things. Folks. We're happy to have each and every one of you with us. Pace and power, boots on the ground. There it is. Good to have you folks with us. And let's start here, folks. Let's start here. The leader of the opposition had an outreach to the Rupanuni. Himself and team. And my God. You know, when I told you all some of the things I heard when I was in Lethem in January, you might say, and I didn't compare notes with the leader of the opposition. But some of the things we heard them talk about today, took us right back to when we were there in January, folks. What is a major concern of the folks in the hinterland? Water. In with the land of many waters. Folks. You open up water concerns in the hinterland.
Minister of Housing and Water, in a Guyana Chronicle news article dated 25th May 2023, carried under the title Region 9, 96% water coverage achieved with $1 billion investment, Minister crowed. The article also captured several villages such as Maronau, Simony, Kwaiko, Rupati, and Fairview, which are among those to benefit from the investment. To date, the residents say that they have no water and the wells are not functioning. This was the cry across almost every community that was visited. Clearly, the minister misled the people of Guyana. For example, in Aishalton, not only the residents but also the children have no water supply at the schools. In Maranao, the wells is non-functional. In Karasabai, there has been no water supply in some sections. In Tiger Pond, for over 1 year, the residents did not receive any water since the well is non-functional and the pump has fallen into the well. The coalition government during its tenure from 2015 to 2020 drilled at least 48 wells across the hinterland regions, which saw many indigenous communities for the first time receiving potable water. To date, the Guyana Water Inc. has failed to maintain, upgrade many of those wells and drill new ones to better serve the communities, thus causing this significant shortage of water in region number 9. The Minister of Social Protection failed to keep her promise to the residents and neglected the Rupununi villages. The residents of Karasabai, Tiger Pond, and Paipan have reported that the old trend of having to have for 6 months their old age pension has returned. The pensioners told the opposition leader that it is now March 2024 and they have not received any pension for the year. In addition, vulnerable women who received social assistance while the coalition was in office are now being denied this benefit under the PPP administration.
Yep, we got to expose this regime, you know. We got to expose them. They claim how they're digging all these wells. They're digging all these wells. Where are they digging them? That is what I want to know. Where are they digging them? Vashti, Deborah, Shalon, Kellon, Avril, Rosetta, Siobhan. Where are they digging all these wells? That's what they keep telling us. Deborah, Sharona Lynch, Avril, Michelle. They're digging. But the people of the hinterland not seeing the results of that. And then you heard my brother from another mother, Vincent Jordan, member of parliament, say also, NIS, the pension, gotta wait 6 months. Folks, this is not Timbuktu. This is not Colorado or Seattle. This is around the corner. A hop, skip, and a jump in the back street by the side alley. People can't get a pension on time, and we're supposed to be little Dubai. Isn't that what they say? Isn't that what they say, Leon Logan, Daniel Aswin, Veronica Primo Rollins, McKaylee? Isn't that what they say? It's little Dubai. We make our eyes and pass Dubai. That's what I want to tell somebody else. We make our eyes and pass Dubai. People can't get a pension on a monthly basis. And the people say when you have to go from Karasibai, for instance, to let them for a pension, I think it's $7,000 or $8,000 return. Marvin Williams was also the leader of the opposition in the hinterland and spoke about this very issue of the NIS and what the residents told them. That's what he said.
Alarmingly, the residents of Karasabai, Tiger Pond, and Paipang have reported that they have to wait 6 months for their old age pension. And may I add that the cost of traveling to Lethem is unaffordable. And very often when people get there, they are told by the officials that there's no money and they need to return.
Yeah, that's what they keep saying. That is what they keep saying. Huh? Brennan Thompson, apologies for the Timbuktu reference. Apologies there. I'm ringing the bell just for you alone. Take my apology for that Timbuktu residents. I'm ringing another time for you. My apology. My eyes past Timbuktu apparently. My Lord. 6 months. Thank you, PAP. Promise delivered. Promise delivered. Promise delivered. But look what happened, folks. Next door. Around the region next door. I ain't carrying y'all in long. I'm bringing y'all in for Rash Landing tonight. I'm bringing you folks in. I ain't carrying you far. I ain't carrying internationally. Rash Landing. And not we landing just now. But next door, Bolsonaro in it again. Bolsonaro, folks, is being implicated. Bolsonaro is being implicated in a coup conspiracy or a coup. For those of you who go vex at me, a coup conspiracy. No easy day You remember Bolsonaro is a Trumpist, right? So you get all this kind of weirdness happening. Yeah. And he's on investigation for all marriage. You remember what happened there? They had their own January 6th in Brazil and all of that. Now implicated in some noisy day. Wish you the best. Lawyer up also, and you're good to go. Lawyer up, and you're good to go. Please and thank you. That's what's happening there, folks, right next door. Lula and Bolsonaro, head to head, mano mano. So they try with him in some conspiracy, implicating him in some coup conspiracy. Watching that, folks. We got to keep watching. That's right next door, you know. We got to station some men on the border so their problems don't come on this side. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Well, you all know once we come in the 592. Folks, what's happening in the police force? Jesus. Father have his mercy. Like I'm fed up with them now. Huh? I'm fed up with Hickens now. I tired with them. It's one story. You can take the police force alone and make a young and restless. You can take the force alone and make a young and restless. Sell out every day. Who give me Jack? Who give me Victor? They're still wrong. I watched it a little bit. You got the young and restless happening, folks. There's a lot of things happening in this country. There's a lot of things happening. As I did tell you, there was a press conference on today by the PNCR. I'm going to talk about all of these things Jack would like to run out and pamper himself about. The migrants. Look, there's a huge Warao population in the hinterland, in Latem of itself. You know where they had the industrial area? Still got it. It's not performing what it should. As a matter of fact, it's not even a good 40% there. They give the Warao some land there to live on. No structured program for them. But all of a sudden, they're suddenly saying that about 80-90% of the Venezuelan migrants you're seeing coming through on a humanitarian basis, suddenly they're Guyanese. All of a sudden, they're Guyanese. Now, this is one of the issues Mr. Norton raised in his press conference today, because he went to tell you, National Assembly, one thing. I heard him for myself in one of his press conferences talking about, oh, these people are just here temporarily and then they're going back. Suddenly, they're incorporating them. You see the lies you tell. The lies you catch up with you. Take a listen to some of what he said. Mr. Norton, on this issue, Mr. Jagdi, on the Waraus, they're coming here on a long-time basis, and now they're kind of massaging them into Guyanese society. Take a listen, folks.
Vice President Marajagio has said that some 90% of the Venezuelan migrants would qualify as Guyanese in their own right because of parentage. His comments were made during his weekly press conference on Thursday. However, the political opposition has debunked his claim based on his earlier statements. Norton had also noted the rush by the People's Progressive Party to register Venezuelan migrants.
We know of cases where, at Cartagena, for instance, a number of Venezuelans have been registered. The data there suggests that they weren't significant numbers, but they were registered. The minute we believe that the number is significant to the point where will affect the outcome of the elections, we will deal with it in the public domain.
The voters list is already so bloated that it's cause for concern. The number of voters is almost as much as the total population, according to the investigation. Norton said that there are some who have no right to be included in the voters list but have been registered.
We know of a case on the East Coast where the PPP was giving them birth certificates. The real problem lies in the government changing the law as it relates to birth certificates. But there is also another phenomenon that is occurring. with one more registration, most likely, once they open back registration, the voters list can be more than the population. So that is something we're keeping our eyes on as well.
But he said that there is a move by the PPP to consolidate votes. This is what sparked some harsh language from the opposition leader.
Parajat is a fool. They themselves said that the majority of Venezuelans coming over are the Waros. Now, the Waros don't have Guyanese parentage. It is true that there are Venezuelans with Guyanese parentage, and they are entitled to be citizens of Guyana. But the government itself argues, and when they provide information in Parliament, they said that most of them were Waros.
Indeed, the Waros aren't native to Guyana. He said that it had to be a silly person who would now claim that 90% of Venezuelan migrants are of Guyanese parentage or are Guyanese.
I think the PPP's own information that they put out in the Parliament will suggest that they are lying. Because if you are saying to us 90% are Guyanese, you have to explain how is it that the majority, according to your data, are the Waro people.
Yep, that's how it went down, folks. That is how it went down, precisely. Welcome to the 592. You all know once we come here, yes, sir. Yep. Once we come here, something about we, something. And it's always something. You share the live here? Look, story here. Now, brace yourself. Marla, Wenella, Sugar Bob O'Neill, very subjective. Marla, Ingrid Carter, Sugars, Wenella Garnett, Ebon Lamy. My God. Once we come here, once we touch down, once we come here for London. Story here now. Folks, the signs of the times. Signs of the times. Oh, brace yourself. Right? Brace yourself. Please. Ingrid Carter, Marla Lecoq, how you doing? You have somebody there with you? You sitting down? Rastaman? Patsy? Oh, no easy day in this country. You got somebody there with you? How you doing? You sitting down? Signs of the times, folks. It's all around. There's a crossing government, There's a crossing. Stand and stealing government. Look, story here now. Oh. A baby found at the Higgs Bosch. The Higgs Bosch landfill site. In a heap of garbage. I think they said the hands were severed from the baby, folks. My Lord. I don't know what else to say. Father, have his mercies. If we go, we going. You got wickedness in this world, I don't know what the circumstances, or could be the circumstances, that could drive somebody to do that. What could be the circumstances, folks? A baby just mutilated, dumped, like garbage. And Higgs Bosch. We're in a bad way. That's a phrase from the Trinidadians. We're in a bad way. We're in a bad way. You could mark it in the sun. You could do that. August 2nd, 2020. That's when this whole thing started going downhill. That's when the whole thing. Who's going to do that? Luano? Who got a kind of mind, Shalon? Patsy Johnny? Desiree Albert? Who got a kind of disposition? You got to make out some real stuff, You watch a baby, you can inflict that kind of harm on a helpless, beautiful human being. Oh, you're in a bad way. Yeah, you better come in and turn yourself over. You cross for life, you know. You cross for life like that. A baby, folks. Baby. Look, story here now. My Lord. And you want to hear how things tight? And you want to hear how things tough? Because we know the God we serve will always make a way. When your back is against the wall, you look at how it's all over. He can make a way. He can make a way. Folks, Bora Ghana. Pumpkin. How much is slice of pumpkin now? Pumpkin. See? You go to the market and shop with his spouse. Sometimes it crosses your mind like, I ain't got to let this boy here. I ain't got to let Johnny here and carry home this pumpkin. You know? I need Johnny so much as I need the sustenance here. Things tough. I want to believe some of the merchants think it's all a we. Guess it's like that, you know. It's all a we got. You a piece of Stabrook block in your backyard. Brennan Thompson, Leon Logan, Marcia Harris. And it comments as script. Oh. Fidel Albert, look story now. Move over, Wagyu. Move over, Wagyu. Folks. Move over, Wagyu. They said 25-year-old. The bank's rum is $80,000. Huh? Look, Gail Barker price. A small Gail Barker is minimum wage, 35,000, 50,000, 60,000. Move over, Wagyu. That's what I'm telling you. Move over, Wagyu. The cows want to know when they start fetching the price. And we hear the goats vexed too. Gail Barker, 35,000. I can imagine some yachty work. I got Gail Barker this month. You can throw back sand, something. Coach can miss me this month. Gail Barker got by. See? If somebody give you Gail Barker, that's a proposal, you know. Wonder when last week Gail Barker. Candy, Marky bring home Gail Barker for you. I can see you confused. I don't know if it was my birthday or it's Christmas. You can get confused like that. And this is the raw one, you know. At least the Wagyu at 50,000 was cooked. This you still gotta add things to this, or is it sushi? Right? When you buying Gail Barker at 60,000, you eating the fin, the everything, the guts, everything, candy. You gotta choose now. We can put the foundation down, or we can buy Gail. My God, 60,000. That's minimum wage. You know, when the whole month you're working. Whole month you're working, and I in the Gail Barker. When did we get here, folks? That's when did we get here? I could imagine you coming from market, and one of them boys tumble you upside down. When you think it's your wallet, they're going, but no. They take out the fish and run the road and left the rest. They take out the fish. They take out the Gail Barker, the bag. Left all the rest of the grocery and gone right up the road with the fish. When did we get here? Marvin got I give up fish now. I give up Bora, give up pumpkin, Gail Barker, the rarest. Somebody bring for you Gail Barker. They bring a 25-year-old. That's a proposal, you know. You know where from this. I do. I will. I do and I will. Move over what you. Rock come in, Gil Barker. Rock come in. Who knew? I didn't know. I didn't know. We respect them boys yet. We go around the corner. We go around. It's Animal Farm here. When you see some things that are happening, oh, in this beloved society of ours, my God, what's happening in the GPF? We're hearing about a conspiracy. When police shooting police, you're in a bad way as a country, folks. Wicked, stinking, dirty. I wonder what this police officer, who shared the life for us today? Who shared the life? Folks, with 25 minutes in, we got 2,500 plus people watching us. Oh, we're so privileged. What's happening in the Guyana police force? And who would want Sergeant, this young man dead? Who would want that? There's a lot of things happening. Who would want Sergeant Von dead? The folks are telling us that Sergeant Vaughn, a policeman, he was shot 3 times, at least 3 times. My God, what's happening in this beloved country of ours? Can anybody tell us what's going on in this country? Police shooting police. And now we're hearing rumors of a conspiracy. Sergeant Vaughn's wife says she believes it was intentional. That's what she said. But let me give you a little bit of backstory based on what AGP News has published. Let me give you some backstory. Please and thank you. Let me give you a bit of backstory. What AGP Nightly News is saying about this whole matter. 5 officers from the Guyana Special Branch Unit of the Guyana Police Force, according to AGP Nightly, reportedly shot at a car driven by a police sergeant. Hear this now. This is Guyana Police Force, you know. Driven by a police sergeant after mistaking his vehicle for one used during the commission of a crime. My God of mercy. my God of mercy. The Guyana Police Force, according to Travis Chase, has remained silent on the issue. Rock and come in, Hickens. Right. That occurred on March 11th, they say. 80 spent shells. Hear this now. 88 spent shells were retrieved at the scene. 88. Folks, 88 spent shells recovered at the scene. 88. Who did they think was in this car? 88 spent shells. That is not arrest any longer. That is intent to kill. But hold on. It gets better. AGP Nightly is reporting that there's a bitter rift among the top command of the Guyana Police Force as to how many officers involved in the shooting should be placed under close arrest. This is Irfan Ali Jagdio, Little Dubai. And the alleged attempt to shield a few of the culpable officers. Hear this, the man, it gets better. Folks, only in Guyana, only in Little Dubai, never dull moment. Never dull moment. Only in Guyana. Hold on. I get the good part yet. I ain't get to the good part yet. According to AGP Nightly, Travis News and them boys over. It's another credible, valid place for information. The driver, fearful for his life. I could understand if 88 bullets firing at me, I could be a little fearful too. Fearful for his life. managed to reverse, sped away, and drove to the Providence police station. With the said ranks given chase. Well, that story now, Jesus have mercy. Little Dubai for we. Upon arrival at the Providence station, stranger than fiction. On arrival at the Providence police station, the driver exited, and that's when they noticed it was Sergeant Ronald Payne. They said, fully dressed in his uniform to report for duty. Police, shooting police. AGPTV nightly also reports that one of the special branch officers who fired at the policeman was involved in the murder of Quindon Bacchus on Friday, June 10th, 2022 at Haslington on the East Coast. Folks, this is the Guyana Police Force. Is it? I don't want to think so. Is it?
All your
Or
phone,
is
you
that
cheer
boys?
your back at tonight. The done stocks riding wild.
It's done.
My God. My God. 88 spent shells. His wife told Newsroom that she believes it was intentional. That's what his wife says. Let me quote Newsroom for you. Let me quote Newsroom for you. All right. Newsroom understands 3 shots fired. Grace Devon. Right? My God. Folks, this thing want more people. This story want more people. What's happening in this country? Huh? What's going on in this country? 88 spent shell. Pace and power. 88 spent shells. Recovered. Yep. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. Crime spiraling, folks. Crime and criminality. My Jesus. My Jesus. Something is wrong in this place. Joylyn, Rosetta, Marlin. Something is wrong in this place. That's shame for the police. The police are policing. Could you imagine if that was not a policeman? And could you imagine if the person had succumbed to their gunshot injuries? What the police would have said? It was a known criminal element. Father, have his mercies on us. Father, have his mercies on what's happening. Bad police shooting police in this country. They tell us a man was shot in Durban Backlands, or shot in Durban Backlands today during the course of a robbery. And he's been identified as 46-year-old Denver Rowley. You think you understand where this country is at? Father, help us. Every time we have this government with us, this is what you see. Proliferation of these malady and vices in our society. I got to say, the better must come. Better must come, and we wish our brother speedy recovery. Better must come. I got to wrap it up now. 9 o'clock is upon us. Some of you say, you're done so quick? Folks, some of you already, it affects you, you know. What is Guyana coming to? What are we coming to? I'm grateful for the 3,000 of you who join us on a Friday night. It's Friday, right? Or it's Monday night. On a Friday night. 3,000 plus of you. Live. Thank you guys so much for being here with us. At least I got some company. At least we got some company up in the here, sir. There are people on the list. I don't know what's happening. Jagyo was very adamant a few short months ago. We can't do nothing but it. Something has happened. Let's here wake up and suddenly realize, oh, she can't take the people on the list. He didn't just wake up. When did the Americans call him? When did the Americans call him and say, listen, listen, 2 listens, and hang up? He said, I'm glad that we got him this list, girl. He just wake up and realize the list got dead people. He just spin around and turn around and say, oh, these folks are so hypocritical. Oh, they could lie like when horse trotting. So where are all those arguments? Suddenly, he wake up and realize the list got dead people. The list got dead. We know the list got dead people. Vincent Alexander made a point quite recently. We quoted extensively from his letter to the press about what our population is and where this list is heading. Just now, this list will have 1 million people on it. And but 24 we in this country. You all see many people at them embassies? You all see how many? You got 1 million on the list just now. 24 weeks, 900 something thousand Venezuelans. Yeah. He said they were going back and suddenly integrating into Guyanese society. He suddenly wake up. Said, we got to get rid of them dead people. We got to get rid of them. Well, Kwame got to go, Anil got to go. There's a whole pack of them. Phillips got to go. But a lot of other things got to be done too. A lot of other things will have to be done as well, folks. He didn't just arrive here. That is what I want to let you know. He didn't just arrive here. And in my conversation with Amanzo quite recently, Shadow Minister for Foreign Affairs, I raised the issue about rigging of the next election and what we are seeing. You remember we spoke about them gerrymandering the boundaries, the electoral boundaries to favor themselves? You remember we spoke about that? You remember we spoke about them changing the residency requirement? Right? And to do this, they've had to amend the Representation of the People Act and the Natural Registration Act, which they did. And we also spoke about how they've changed the Registration of Birth and Deaths Act as well. They amended it in 2021. And then we have to add on to all of that the Venezuelan factor. Bear it in mind. So perhaps they believe now they have a lot of extra living people. So we can concede with you now. We can make an about face on all that we've said. And we can concede in getting the dead people off the list. But they're still very adamant about those living overseas not being able to be removed from the list. So we're watching it. When did the Americans call him? And what did Terrio say to him when she called him about the list? Something is afoot, folks. And as we know more, you're going to know more, good people. Something is afoot. Mischief has a foot, and it is a foot. Something is afoot. We watching it. Not of the goodness of their hearts. No. Ali doing the most. Ali is supposed to be talking to us about these issues. Right? But he want to be director of the inspectorate. He is supposed to be discussing these issues. But he right now there with a hard hat. He inspecting bridges. He inspecting bridges. At Oakland bus be damned. And he is supposed to be talking to this country about these matters. All the ABCU countries had recommendations after the last election about GCOM and how to improve the system that we have. How to improve it. Not them boys. All every day they wake up and go to bed and talking about rigging and attempted rigging without any proof. They're not changing the system. Because you know why? It favors them. And when they do change it, it's to favor them. Understand that. Overstand that, good folks. So Inspector Ali was out there making the wrongs. Y'all try with him. Y'all try with Inspector Ali. And folks, as we wrap up, here's another reason. Right. When you see people making some about face on some issues that yesterday they were defending vehemently, you know Guyana is not a real place. You know, I know, we all know, it's not a real place. So let me level up. When get back at 60,000, 70,000, 80,000, you know it's not a real place. That's how you want you know. It's not. It's a play place. It's not a real place. Them boys are intent on dismantling apology. Remember they come up with some cockamamie story about monies that could not be accounted for? Even though apology is always being audited. On their own, they're keeping their accounts above board. And apology submitted all of their documentation. They didn't find nothing. All the talk, Jack Dio talk. They couldn't find anything. And now look at them boys. Look how the wicked stink and dirty. Apology, this is the International Decade of People of African Descent. The organization for Guyana. They've now kicked them off the company's register. That's what we're being told. And then they can come and say, we like y'all. We care. Go in some communities in East and West and South and North. We care. And look how they're destroying or attempting to destroy apology, the Public Service Cooperative Credit Union, among other places. They don't want nothing with independence. And I wish some of my brothers and sisters would understand that. You are loved once you turn the line. Once you fall in line for the box of cook-up, the 5,000 in the t-shirt, good to go. Once you develop a sense of independence, you're going to be in problems with them boys. You're going to be real problems with them boys. But we got to lock arm with our brothers and sisters in apology. Ain't no giving up. Lock arms with our brothers and sisters in the Guyana Teachers Union and the Guyana Trade Union Congress and confront these autocrats that we have who vex. Who vex. You gotta confront. This is wickedness. This is wickedness. Wickedness. You know, it's sad. When you see what Brigadier come down to, you wonder. When you see what Brigadier come down to, you gotta wonder. He out here lecturing Kaicho News. He out here lecturing Kaicho News about credibility. Jack Joe must be the only czar on oil and gas. And Kaicho News wasn't pushed back against the nonsense and the foolishness. Huh? Kaicho News wasn't pushed back. He never do a day studying oil and gas. And he more bright than people that have masters and PhDs in oil and gas. He was bestowed with a doctorate from some makeup university, someplace. A bogus thing. And he really know more than the people who study the thing as a science. So he must have opinions, but Kaicho News mustn't have opinions equally. That's a democracy. And so they send out y'all boy. They send you out for back. He come lecturing Kaicho News about credibility. He don't read that rag, the Chronicle, and what it has become before he come lecturing Kaicho News about credibility. Chronicle is even seller. It's given away for free now. I'm so ashamed. But only people can bring down a brigadier to this level. It's only them. They bring it down. Right down to bring it, you know. Oh, he's a shadow of his former self. Shadow of his former self. But look, story here now. For your information, they said they're making a new Demwara Harbor Bridge designed after the Cassie Crown of Honor. That's what they said. It's going to be designed using the Cassie Crown of Honor. Designed in that way. I don't know, folks. Let's wait and see. I wish them the best. The closer, folks, the closer. I wish them the best, honest to God. I wish them the best. Frightening the travel on that. I wish them the best. I wish them the closer. You didn't hear Mr. Norton talking about this whole issue of the Venezuelans and how we're going to treat with them long term. Them boys want the vote to do all kind of mechanisms. But why are the Venezuelans treated so different? People are fleeing their homeland. They're in a humanitarian way. And we must reach out and help them. But where are the Haitians or CARICOM brothers and sisters treated so differently? Some people say it's a race issue. Some people say it's a race matter. Take a look. Take a listen. Take a look and take a listen.
CARICOM has been in the forefront of trying to find a solution to the Haitian problem. However, Haiti has been an ongoing problem. And as a member of CARICOM, the situation had to be coming up at some of the heads of government summits. Dr. Shamir Ali, a former ambassador to Kuwait, said that indeed there were reports to the CARICOM summit.
But there was no leadership. Nobody wanted to take the bull by the horns and to find a problem. Haiti has been a lingering problem for many years. But CARICOM leadership and the administration, CARICOM headquarters, have done all the paperwork and the reports, but nothing substantial as what is happening after the prison riot.
He said that CARICOM dropped the ball.
The entire administration in CARICOM has failed, and the suddenly jumping up and shouting and raising arms are not the solution. It's an inherent problem, and we don't want to address the inherent problem and listening to the people. The persons in Haiti at the top of the hill, the top 1%, are making the decisions for the 90+% at the bottom of the hill in Haiti. And that is the part of the problem.
Just recently, many countries opened their borders to Venezuelan migrants in the face of the problems of Venezuela. Haiti hasn't enjoyed similar benefits.
It is obviously racial. And let me tell you something. I have been a member of the public security unit there as minister, leading member. And it is, in my opinion, looking at the demeanor and even the expressed words of some of the CARICOM leaders, they always give the impression that Haitians are second class in the CARICOM community.
That was later the Alliance for Change, Comrade Ramjatan. He said that Haiti's extreme poverty may be responsible for this. He said that he knew what the position of the PPP was.
They are even worse than other CARICOM countries. And the racism is obvious in my mind. And that is why at the very beginning of the PPP's administration in 2020, it then knocked off that 6 months arrangement that if any Haitian come to Ghana, they will be given automatic 6 months entry and so on. They gone and asked the Haitian people, the Haitian government, you got to get a visa to come to Ghana.
Ramjatan said that if the Haitians should come to Guyana and wanted to apply for refugee status, it would be very hard.
But for a long time, we were saying that we have to be a lot more compassionate, as the new AFC coalition had done with people. And we know that when they come to Guyana, and I'm talking specifically Guyana here, about 34,000 of them, the PPP used to get the impression that we putting them on the voters list. A most dastardly presumption from that set of despicable despots you got that freedom out.
He said that most of the Haitians used Guyana as a transit point.
Because, you know, Guyanese used to do this thing. They used to go backtrack via Mexico and all of that. And plenty East Indians that supported the PPP used to do that. And the PPP used to allow it. They used to get all kinds of fancy names. The Baldeo guy that used to do all kinds of things and so on. But now, because there's black people coming from Haiti, they feel all kinds of things. It is racial. It is nothing else but racial.
Yeah. That's the closer, folks. That's the closer. That's our time. And that's our program. Thank you guys so much for being here with us this evening. And for the entire week, morning and night, folks. And maybe noon again soon. Who knows? That's the final bell, folks. Thank you guys so much for being here with us. Have a fantastic weekend. Spend some time with your loved ones, some time with yourself. The greatest journey. The man says it's a journey inward. Former Secretary General of the UN. JAG, the longest journey is journey inward. Some time with you, some time with self, some self-care, folks. Please and thank you. I'm recommending it highly, highly, highly. That's the last part. That's the last part. Thank you guys so much for being here with us. We're going to see you guys in the next broadcast. Have a great weekend. See you next week. Rosetta, Edward, Karen, Candy. Candy. Karen Giddens, we see you there too. And Carol Jacobs, good to see you too. Folks, have a great evening. Diane Gravesandi, all the way in Linden. Are you there? Are you there? Abira, we see you. John Jones, we see as well. Foxy. Great to see you. And all the other guys. Sandra Hanover, Annie, Sandra. Have a great day, church and Sunday. Auntie Sandra, Karen, and Eva Mattis, Michael, and all the other folks joining us. Have a fantastic weekend. That's our time, folks. That's our program. See you guys soon. Take care. Claire Cumberbatch, see you too. Jenny Hernandez, Dainty. Good to see you.